beautiful things. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to your love connection readings and messages and guidance from Spirit for the month of September. Here we are. Now, granted, I am videotaping these in the latter part of August so that I can stick with my new format of, wait, I'm going to leave this here, wanting to get your readings out, you know, for in the first couple days. Now, I'll definitely be starting the day before, so to upload them. Sometimes they take a while, sometimes not. We'll cross our fingers and hope for the best. But I will be reading every single sign, like I always do, from Aries to Pisces for the beginning of the month, and then coming back for the mid-months. So we are, of course, starting with the wonderful first sign of Aries, the fiery, ambitious, featured sign of Aries today. And then, as in my true normal format, I will be picking a highlighted connection right now in front of you. This is in relation to you, whether it be another person you're familiar with, already with, a connection you are not yet aware of, an energy, a feeling, or the fact that you may have this other sign or predominance of it in your natal chart, which you can always look up for free. And so that's what this highlighted connection is about. And then I will read 4 major category messages for either the highlighted connection, if that's something you're connecting with and, you know, resonating with, or it could be with another entirely different energy or person or animal or friend or family member of love that that's pertinent in your family, that has great meaning. And then the messages will come through and hopefully make sense to you as well. Let's pick the highlighted connection for you. And this, of course, will be for all the beautiful, fiery, ambitious leader roles in our lives that are Aries. And this, oops, I have no idea what's going on right now. Whew, I mean, I do, but let's focus a little bit here for you. So we actually have another highlighted connection for you. And that's going to be Leo. So there we are again. I have not looked. I really kind of want to. Let me take 1 second for you and see from last month, just to give you an idea, okay? For the latter part of last month, if you hadn't had a chance to look at that reading, go back and see if you choose. It's pretty interesting how it either kind of stays on a similar, you know, path, or you can see it starting to emerge into something else, and it's nice. It's like a baseline, if you will. But for Aries, you had Sagittarius. So you had another fire sign as well last month. And I'm not surprised. There was the incredibly huge energy that came from Leo, being in Leo season before we entered into Virgo season, which we're still in through September, most of September, till the 22nd, when we then go into Libra season. And a few more things about astrology. I'm going to change it up. I'm going to do, right off the bat, just let you know the biggest planetary expressions and energies that will be coming through for us. As we enter into September, we have already had Venus in Libra. So that's going strong through the 10th, then goes into, Venus will go into Scorpio. Mercury will enter into Libra on August 30th, already happened. And that's all about, you know, our mind and our expression and being able to speak and clarity in our conversations. Ideas are, you know, continuously coming, and you're pretty assertive in your mind. Remember, we're in the season of Virgo, and that is the ruling planet of Virgo. So anybody that knows Virgo, that beautiful, grounded, practical sign that has a lot of capability in ideas and expansion of their mind and sharing that and networking and keeping things going. You know, they're mutable, they're changeable. They like to keep adding and knowing and continuously working, and detail-oriented, and organization is very, you know, prominent with this energy of Virgo. So that's happening. And then we have Venus, as I said, enters into Scorpio on the 10th. Mars enters into Libra as well on the 14th. The full moon in Pisces will be on the 20th. And then we have Libra season starting on the 22nd of September, which is also our first autumn equinox, the day of autumn, which is perfect because Libra energies for all of us then bring into the forefront our ability to be balanced and to be as fair-minded as possible, to be diplomatic, to care about how we act and, you know, interact with people, and to share that kind of energy of love and compassion for others and seeing their point of view and compromise, and particularly relationships, because Libra is all about relationships. And so finding the balance in all of those things and more. So that's a rundown on the astrology part. Let's get to the aspects and the reading and messages coming through under the 4 major categories. Now, let me emphasize a little more about the Leo and Aries interaction and highlighted aspect. Well, it's just a lot of fire and spirit. It's a lot of courage. It's a lot of ego kind of related, demonstrative, action oriented, you know, let me be seen, let me be heard, let me be center stage, let me invite you to recognize this aspect of, I don't know, a new business idea, a new relationship, taking it to another level. Definitely working together in your mind with the Virgo energy once again, about, you know, partnerships and growing and evolving, and, you know, and I didn't say it, but of course we still have the incredible, powerful energies of Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, which is the air sign, which is the mind, which is evolving and breaking free of restrictions, and, well, certainly the Jupiter aspect. And, you know, expanding things in ways that are magical and beautiful, and opportunities that come through and allowing them to come through, being optimistic. I think that Aries is an extremely optimistic sign, and I think Leo's passion and fervor for wanting to, you know, I think that's a word, for wanting things to just to grow and to, you know, nothing small, everything is grandiose, you know, the world is the stage with Leo, and the sun is the ruling planet, and it's that fiery, once again, ambition and desire, and it's contagious and it's beautiful, and it creates beautiful things, and it's passion. I don't know, everything about it is passion. So that those two elements together, being both fire, just can blow things up and bring them to heights like nothing else. Not to mention the energy of the Jupiter in air of Aquarius is extremely compatible with fire. So the ideas are just going to keep coming, and the transformations just keep coming this year, don't they? So much to be said about that. But I will capsulize this because, as I mentioned, I need to shorten these a bit, as I still have another job as a massage therapist. Yes, I do, everybody. And my intention is to only do readings at some point in time. So yes, I come to you from the bottom of my heart, wanting to share with you the upliftment of spirit that comes through Tarot in so many other ways in life, and the way that it has brought my life to a whole different level and understanding, and just wanting to share that. And then, yes, wanting to do readings and so forth. So if you're interested and you want to know about that, let me know. My email address should be below, but it's j.belly, B-E-L-L-Y, @comcast.net. And we can talk further about personal reasons and that sort of thing. So the first category for this beautiful combination of the highlighted connection of Aries and Leo, in addition to all the other connections with you, Aries, is, and by the way, I'm using the beautiful Star Spinner deck, Tarot deck, for the first part of September. I absolutely love this. It's still a newer deck for me, and we're all stars. And the representation of the Aquarian energy in the Tarot is the Star card. So bringing forth our dreams and wishes and never letting them go, being that determined, fixed sign of Leo as well as Aquarius, and just seeing it through to the end. And of course, your first card, Aries, is that of the Two of Swords. So it's interesting, it is the air element. It's very prominent. It's working in your favor. And when it's the Two of Swords, it's at crossroads or some kind of decisions that have to be made. It has to do with two, possibly 2 different decisions, maybe having to do with 2 different people. It could be in love, it could be in, you know, a work situation, an idea you have. You know, there's blindfolds on this person, and there is the new moon, so something perhaps will really come to the forefront. An idea will, if something's been confusing you and you haven't made the decision yet, which it can happen to all of us, right? You've sat with it and you've realized that you know inside what needs to be done. We all do. And that new moon, which will be in Virgo, which will bring such clarity and precision to your thoughts and your decisions, will absolutely come through. And whatever you choose is the right one. When you take one of the swords away, you've only got one. And that represents the ace otherwise. And that's straightforward, you know, no BS, cutting away any kind of indecision or confusion. Conversations that led to nowhere will have much more, you know, permanence to them. And especially with Virgo being an earth sign, it grounds things in and it helps it to stay for long periods of time. So I like that. This is what you're coming into, but it's not what you're leaving with. I can promise you that. Decisions will be made. You know, once you make up your mind, Aries, it can be very quick, but it can be permanent for sure. So just believe in your ability to trust in yourself. And I don't think you have much issue with that, nor does Leo. So that in itself is beautiful. And just know whatever you chosen decision that you make is the one that's right for you, which is essential. Okay, so that's the beginning. That is the overall energy, like I said, leading you into September. And once again, the air element, which is very prominent and very, very good for you as far as compatibility and harmonizing. Especially Libra coming through. There's another indication there. So, you know, your decision will be fair and it will be the right one for sure. And then the second category is possible blessings or obstacles that may be a part of your life. These messages are not set in stone. They are opportunities. They are indications. They are guidance for us, you know, and it's just knowing perhaps ahead of time, okay, well, what if this were to come up? And giving you that little insight ahead to kind of plan for. We all like to do that. We plan a lot of things in our life, right? Not all of them always turn out, but the idea is to have the intention there. So possible blessings or obstacles, well, I always say, you know, an obstacle could absolutely turn into a blessing. And a blessing, you know, removes obstacles. So any way you look at it, it's for our betterment. So your indication messages is fantastic, the 7 of coins. So, you know, you're working really hard. This is the earth element. This is Virgo. Virgos are extremely hardworking, but they have a plan. They have an idea. They know that when they put one foot in front of the other, they're going to get somewhere, you know, and sometimes that's what it takes, is one step at a time. There's no rushing per se, which is something that, you know, is a good lesson for you, right, Aries? You know, your fiery ambition, sometimes you can be impulsive. We all can. I have an Aries moon. It's no judgment whatsoever. It's a characteristic, and it can be phenomenal and fun and adventurous. And then with this energy helping you to kind of really just think it over a little bit, make that choice, but don't feel rushed. And just know you've worked really hard. You will continue to receive the benefits you deserve, the fruits of your labor. And especially during the harvest time, which is very notable time of, you know, fall. I feel like it's one of the best times to recognize what you've done from the whole year to that point, you know. And then next thing you know, we have October 10th month, which is, you know, starting over, really. It's considered the fiscal year. I mean, it's not, people look at it as the end of the year. It's actually the beginning in a lot of ways. 10 represents 1. You take away the 0. But this is looking at your hard work and really thinking about it hard. Like, do you want to continue? Do you want to grow with what you're doing? Are you ready to branch off, you know, into another direction that's going to be even more fulfilling and more profitable? It's a blessing or in disguise, or it's an obstacle. It's unknown, but what may hold you back the most is overthinking and not making a decision, possibly losing out. You don't want to do that. So that is the possible blessing or obstacles. And yeah, you have what it takes. There's only 3 more pentacles that each equals to the 10 from the 7, and then you're good to go. You're gravy. Everything's gravy. But it wasn't for not having worked and toiled and diligently put forth the effort. So the third category is the finances. What happens when, these years or months or who knows, depending on what's going on in your life. This is a general reading. What comes from that? How much did you actually recognize your worth and your time and the importance of time, the value of time? A lot of that comes when we have the beautiful Venus coming into Scorpio. Scorpio is all about that. The 8th house, other people's money, other time, your value, your dedication, deep down. And that's the Venus, the money that comes from it, the love, the magic, the passion, the relationships. That's a very important one for a lot of people coming up. I mean, Libra was beautiful, and it is about balance and relationships for sure, and things to be worked through to get to a better place. And Scorpio will be a lot deeper, and it'll be like, let's really figure out what's going to be the best for us, right? Because we are worth that. And for your finances, you have the Queen of Swords. So there you go again. And the Queen is the feminine duality, not the woman per se, but the feminine aspect of all of us, which I always attribute to being internal and more of intuitive quality that we have. Now, fire signs such as Leo and Aries are incredibly masculine, so this will balance that out, having this energy coming through in your money. A lot of times when you sit and you allow your inner guide and your higher power and whatever you want to call it, guide you, and that sense of creativity just go crazy, so many ideas can come forth, so many ways to build upon your finances and to create manifestations of any level, because there's never any limits. That's the one thing that I'm going to leave this planet knowing, that we personally have complete control over. How far and how much do we want to achieve, and how much do we want to believe that we are always being guided and always having this beautiful divine intervention of source. And just knowing we will be straightforward, we will be truthful, we will be fair about it. There, once again, the Libra, the Aquarian air, there's a lot of air energies for the next, I'm told, hundreds of years will be predominant in air. Using our mind to better ourselves and others in the process, the Aquarian energy, the humanitarian, sharing the knowledge, working with others. It's great to have your own independence, and you certainly are independent, Aries, of course, and as well as your highlighted Leo. And yet, there's really something to be said about working in tandem and partnerships with others. It builds upon a beautiful type of, synergy and just support and cooperation that's so essential in life, that I think we strive for. I really do. And don't settle for something that doesn't feel perfect in that way. And I do mean perfect, in an imperfect world. We know what that means for us individually, but this is beautiful, and this is very, very clear and concise, believe it or not, as far as, our mind and what we want to do in a season that's both Virgo and then Libra. And being true to ourselves once again, utilizing our gifts. And the final category is the new one I added, which I like a lot. It is wishes and surprises, or surprises and wishes, however you wish to say that. But they come in our life. They come all the time. I actually just had one for the full moon culmination of life, which happens, because it is a part of life. And I lost my last living uncle, who would have been the last sibling on my father's side. So it just, actually, on Monday was when he was going into his, transition. And then he actually passed away on Tuesday. And I'm so grateful it was quick. And yet, you know, I realized in an instant, which I'd already thought about, of course, before, but it actually hit, as it does when, in the moment, when it's a reality for us, you know, that all of the lineage, all of the memories, there are pictures now, and simply that, memories, but there's so much still in our heart, you know. And I know I'm digressing, and I apologize. I'm just trying to say that, you know, life is full of changes and you know, declarations and intentions, and it's up to us to bring them forth, to be whatever we choose to be, to work ourselves up the ladder, however that is, and however, whatever that means to you, but to know you've got to do it with truth and honesty and fairness for everybody, all people included, that are in the highest good for all, I should say. That's what really, really brings it home. And I see that for you, Aries. I truly, truly do. And then the final category, like I said, surprises and wishes, and that's what I was thinking of. And you have the 10 of Cups. So yeah, I mean, I like I said, I do this quite a bit, and you, those that are coming back, I love you and appreciate you following me. And it means a lot to me, because I do want to grow this channel, and I can't do it without you. So you're liking and subscribing and, you know, resonating and being a part of my channel is super, super wonderful and supportive to me, and I love you for it. But you have the 10 of Chalices, the 10 of Cups, the ultimate in your emotions, in your ability to give and receive. And it's essential that we have both. You know, there's that balance again. That is the currency in the official law of attraction. That brings in the lives we want, you know, that absolutely the impetus for that. And it's family, and it's emotional and creativity, you know, to its highest form when it's the 10. And it's something you've worked for. It's not something that just happened, though many things can happen that way, and beautiful inspirations or, you know, musings, or, you know, just darn right good luck comes along, of course. But it's also, you know, well-deserved, and something that you've experienced a lot of other aspects to recognize how beautiful this kind of energy is. You know, you've had the other side, if you will, which only enhances the beauty and magnifies the immensity of these wonderful love, heart-centered, emotional aspects of each and every one of us, you know, as a water element, you know, the cups, whether it be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. You know, you may have that in your chart. You may know people you are around, and you recognize their sensitivity into all things, the energy, into how they feel. Very important for you too, because a lot of times as a fire sign, you think and you're active and you're spirited and you want all this done, and then you just kind of, boom, wait. I want to go back down to my heart though too while doing all this. I don't want it to just be, let's get it done, let's make it happen. You know, it has to be that balance once again. That would be a beautiful surprise, and I think it's absolutely something that could definitely happen for you if you choose to let that happen. Certainly in the beginning of the month, and then I don't know, you'll have to come back for the second half of the month for the other part of your reading. But encapsulating it, you do have, once again, starting the reading, overall energy of the 2 of Swords. So there's a decision, or, you know, something you're not quite 100% sure about yet, but you're very close, and you know within your heart that you will make the right choice. You just need to just believe, and by the new moon, I would imagine it'll be the impetus to make that final decision. And then the possible blessings or obstacles is the fact that you've worked hard and you have comforts and you are doing well. You're just wanting to make sure that you are doing the right thing that affects you, not only you, but everybody around you, your family, your loved ones, and so forth. And that you want to continue on that path. And that's what this question is, for sure. And then having said that, you know, what will you get from it? What will the benefits be? What will your materialistic aspects of it be? And you have the Queen. So there's great, incredible, creative, and straightforward truth and desire for communicating and expressing yourself and putting it out there, being seen, and making as much money as you choose, and you making that decision, and only you. And then the wishes and you know, beautiful surprises is the 10 of Cups, which is what comes from everything, from our struggles, from our choices, from, you know, our hard work, from our own desired outcome and destinies. And it's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful reading. And I hope that you're feeling at least a portion of this. And if not, just give it some time sometimes, because, you know, those new moon brings in incredible new things that you've had intentions about, and now you get to see, because it didn't happen at the beginning of the month. It's still formulating, of course. And I will finish with your 2 oracle messages. And I'm bringing out the beautiful Motivation Manifesto, because it's all about motivation. It's all about manifesting. And so we manifest every moment. And these are wonderful, inspiring little sayings, quotes, or phrases. And one that is specifically for you for the beginning of this beautiful month, full of incredible possibilities, changes, and amazing influences that'll come through, is: this day is to be enjoyed like a pause at a cool stream during summer's heat. And I see that very clearly as being, of course, the last portion of summer, which can be extremely warm still. And also just that pause, you know, that time, that reflection for decision making, for, you know, trusting and appreciating the moment, the presence of the moment. And so take a snapshot if you can, and I hope it's fairly clear, because this is a beautiful, beautiful mantra or affirmation you can say and believe, and just it can change your energy for the day if things are a little, you know, off or imbalanced in some way, and just bringing back that present moment, which can bring so much more power, right? Living in the now. And finishing with your beautiful oracle message from the Super Attractor Manifestation deck, my favorite. And, you know, creating the life you want, bringing it in because you feel it. And my gosh, if you don't do anything else, you know about passion and feeling, because you're fire. You're just like, boom, you know, this is boom. It's physical. It's mental and spiritual. It's everything. But with you, it's just like physically just manifesting and just like bringing it in. The energy, the emotion is definitely pretty inspired by you, I would say, and many people around you. So your last message for today, beautiful Aries, for the first half of the month of September is: I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it in a way to get closer to love. And love is what it's all about. Love is the love connections, but it's about love is the powerful energy and emotion that we can always share and emit to each other, and just continue to help grow this beautiful planet into a more loving, caring, compassionate, fair-minded planet. You know, it takes each one of us one step at a time. I hope you enjoyed your reading as much as I enjoy reading it to you. And have a beautiful first half of the month, and come on back for your mid-month readings. I'd love to. And remember, you can always check your moon, sun, rising, ascendant, and Venus for the whole mix, okay? So thank you again. Take good care of yourself, and until next time, bye for now.